character formation is absolutely essential right now. Calling kids to a holy life is significant in the face of a culture that's almost exactly the opposite.
What are the 2 or 3 takeaways that you would want people to know about the importance of youth formation, about developing young people, maybe keys to do it, or what you want them to know? Maybe it's summarising something we've already said, but 2 or 3 things that you would want people to walk away from this conversation knowing.
I would say we all have a part to play. Mm-hmm. And no one is excluded from this conversation. I don't care where you're called or what you're meant to do or what your job or role is. We all have a part to play. And what you're hitting on is personal responsibility. And whether that's becoming a more healthy person so that you produce healthy families, or whether that's diving into legislation so that you know the rights so that you can actually enforce it in your school. I think beginning to dream and ask God, what is my role in this, I think would be a really big takeaway.
That's really good.
Yeah. I think the awareness, right? And just the awareness of parenting, to everyone that has children, and then also just being spiritual parents to our youth. Everyone has a role in that. Every adult has a role in that, and just being aware of social medias, being aware of what is being put into our youth's brains, and just to find that balance, that quality time balance of communication with your kids that you're parenting, and just spending that quality time outside of technology and outside of that realm, just being very intentional about that. And also, I love what you said, just communicating with those that are also speaking into your child's lives, whether it's their teachers or their youth pastors or whoever, their coaches, whoever is there, and being intentional about those communications and those relationships that you're building well with them. So, yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, I think adding on to what Cody said, I know when families come in, something's gone on, they're concerned, and they exhibit a desire to partner, it's a game changer. And so just practically, whether you're in church, whether you're a parent, whether you're working in school, I think one of the challenges of this cultural moment is that it's just easy to go into enemy mode. Yeah. It's really easy to just come in ready, looking for blood and ready to just annihilate the person in front of you. And if you can be that calm, non-anxious presence who sees the best in another person, who believes, even if, truly you've seen something disturbing, to still appeal to that, I know your value, I know your worth, and I'm going to treat you like that, even if we are having a problem right now. I know that when I've been able to be that person, or when I've had families come in that stance, it changes. I mean, that's when hope really starts moving. It's when we can be committed to each other and choose not to. A lot of Christian parents get very panicky very quickly about all the issues in culture, and I'm a Christian parent. I echo those concerns, but getting panicky and angry and mean and nasty does not help anything. And so I think just letting the Lord bring us His peace and fill us with peace, and then if we carry that even to a school or a setting that it really doesn't have good intentions, according to our biblical standards, but people respond to someone who is going to see the best in them, who's calling out the gold. And I know that's my goal with every hard family interaction I have, every hard kid interaction I have, every hard staff member interaction. Just how can we how can I still treat them with honor? How can I bring kingdom into this? And I've seen such good fruit when we do that. And I guess the other thing I would say, just practically, people are just kind of grabbing, what's going to change the next generation? What's really going to be the key? And my sense and what I'm seeing go well for us is I don't think, I just in the same way, it's a three-pronged approach of family, church, and school. Also faith-wise, I think we need a very robust approach to this right now. We need very centered in the Word of God, while at the same time holding fast to encounters and to the presence. And it's not one or the other. It's all of it together. We're seeing our students really taking hold of the Word of God in a way that is just exciting to me. I'm like, yes, because this isn't going to change without the power of the Word of God, but not divorced from His presence and His power. And at the same time, character formation is absolutely essential right now. Calling kids to a holy life is significant in the face of a culture that's almost exactly the opposite. And holding that with grace. I mean, it's so. I've seen oftentimes in these, like, oh no, we've got to do something, of just trying one thing, like we really need to get them into the Word of God, or everybody just needs an encounter with Jesus, or no, they need to know more about holiness, or oh, what they need is really a lot of grace and connection. And what we're trying to do is all of that, and not wholly relying on one thing or the other, but saying, no, these are the things that always have formed people.